Morning. Today we're going to do 16 miles to a town called Salisbury. After I finish with some minor resupply, I'm going to call this hostel that I've heard so much about, and they're going to come pick me up and take me back to their place. And we'll see what it's all about. Of course, I'll have the footage for you. Right now, we're going to crack some miles out here. By the way, today's the 23rd, and June 21st is a ceremonial hike naked day. It's never observed, at least not since I've been hiking the trail, but it's always talked about. And you know, people be like, well, when it comes, I'm gonna do this and gonna do that. But anyway, lady at the last shelter said that they were talking about it on the 20th, and she mentioned something about maybe going topless. And at that time, this guy in the corner perked up and started showing an unusual interest in her. And it started to creep her out. And I was like, well, what did you expect? And she's like, yeah, you're right. I guess I asked for that. At the end of the day, of course, she didn't hike topless, but all it did was just make an awkward situation between her and this guy she's been trying to avoid for the past 2 days. So don't get caught up in the hoopla. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Keep your clothes on. Nobody's gonna take their clothes off. There you go, out here. Southbounder told us that the Limestone Spring Shelter and Campsite is closed, and now there's a reroute on the road that takes you 3 miles out. But they also said that it's nothing that can't be negotiated. So I'm going to ignore the reroute and I'm going straight through. The guy assured me that you don't got to worry about water or anything like that as far as falling into a river. That's all I need to know. So I'm going to go through as if the trail was not rerouted, and I'm going to show you what I come up with out here. And for the record, this is just like river crossings. I mean, you don't have to take my advice. You got to do what you feel comfortable with. Personally, I would say the example would be safety first. So if they got a reroute, follow the reroute. It's only because this southbounder told me, some person that was already there told me that it's no big deal, you can cross it, that I'm going to go ahead and ignore the reroute, because I'm not trying to go 3 miles out of my way, number one. And number two, I trust his judgment. We'll go from there out here. This is the first time I've seen it in reverse. Seems like a long way away, but it's behind me now. Apparently the construction is more than I thought it would be, and the southbounder, he didn't give me bad information. The bottom line is the crew is already here. So even when I got 3/4 of the way across the bridge, the workers came out to meet me and like, dude, we cannot let you cross. And I understand, I was an iron worker, so I asked him, well, what's my alternative? He said, wait till the foreman gets back and maybe he'll give you a ride around. The foreman never showed up, but I saw a truck passing here that I snuck past. He didn't see me come through, and so I came to him, and now he's giving me a ride around. So for me to you, I would say either do it on the weekend when construction is not there, or just take the 3 mile or 4 mile detour out here. I'm back on the other side and moving right on with the trail. We came off exactly on the other side of the bridge where he picked me up at, or where I got in his truck at, out here. It's 10 o'clock and the thunder's already started. It was supposed to rain today, but I was hoping to get to town before it started. I know, I'm not so certain now. If it does rain, it'll probably be 14 days. Like I said, I can't remember when it has not rained out here. And there you have it. It's pouring down rain again. We'll call it day 14 of rain. It rained just enough to make my gear wet and heavy. And it's still raining right now. But hey. This is checkpoint Alpha. There was a shelter behind that sign. It was closed along with the other area. I'm like 5 miles away from town. That town is what? Salisbury, I believe. Out here. The shelter marked 12 miles in. I'm 4 miles away from the road out here. This is the road that leads to Salisbury. I'm going into town. Town of Salisbury. I'm going to the grocery store. When I get there, I'm going to call the hostel to come pick me up while I'm shopping out here. I'm at Bearded Woods Hostel. I'm on the top bunk. Downstairs. I don't think PETA would approve. Excuse me, sir. So, just got in. Hudson, one of the guys that runs the place, made me lunch, and this is free, by the way. It's beef tips and noodles. So far, I'm very impressed. I mean, I would say that the reputation precedes itself. I mean, well, it obviously did, but I'm in good hands. I'm gonna eat lunch, get my wash done, relax out here. They offer here at the hostel. They offer free beer for the people that are here for dinner. I thought that was cool. And people that don't drink, they get a free soda.
So excuse me, hon. Oh my god. I know. Oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed. Yes, thank you. I'm glad someone has something to document this.
August, would you mind taking one of?
But some people lie about it, and that's what bugs you. It kind of shows your character. Like he left his pants, and some other hiker brought him his pants.
I see why you don't have any kids.
There we go.
You guys are just doing it.
Thank you.
That's exactly right. I was thinking of
The collection of bones. By the way, this hostel rocks. He said he'll go down the street, and if there's some roadkill or something, he'll take it home, boil the skull, and then add it to his collection. Look at that. Look at that. Anyway, this is an awesome hostel. Awesome. Definitely well well recommended. Bearded Woods out here. Good morning.
Baby steps, huh?
Thank you.
Yeah, they're good.
Are they? Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
They're a hit.
They'll love
Oh,
the
good.
Snickers pancakes.
Score.
Okay. Look at this puppy. What are you doing? What are you doing?
He's like, where's my?
No, that's fine.
I have so many pictures of me on the internet in my PJs.
All right, we're back on the trail. It's either going to do 13 or 28 or something like that. So I'm probably going to go for an easy day, 13, because there's really nothing after that out here. 8 miles from the Massachusetts border, I believe. So say goodbye to Connecticut out here. I met a hiker on the trail in the first shelter leaving Damascus. Her trail name is Elmer because she's the glue that holds her family together. When she gave me her information, it was her region is Massachusetts. So I took her piece of paper and I shoved it under Massachusetts. I called her today because I'm in her neck of the woods, and we set up a rendezvous point. So when I get to a certain point in Massachusetts, I'm gonna give her a call, and she actually lives 5 miles from the trail. So as I told you before, when you meet people and you exchange information and they say, hey, look me up, that's just what, you know what I'm saying? That's how I did it. So when I get to a certain point, she said she'll pick me up, take me to our house, hook me up, and then sit me back on the trail. So that'll be coming up shortly. I think there's 90 miles in Massachusetts. Not certain, but you'll know once you look at the video header with the state Massachusetts on there. So I got a respite to look forward to once we get there. The moral is, don't take chance meetings with day hikers lightly. If they make the offer, you got nothing to lose by taking it down. That Candyman, he didn't pan out, but nothing was lost. So just keep that in mind out here. Just so we're clear, Bearded Woods Hostel or house, however they want to call it, is the bomb. I recommend it. Excellent experience. True, down heart people. I mean, they'll do anything for you. Definitely recommend it. And one thing they didn't say that actually helped me out was, in the book they say cash only, but they do have a PayPal account. I was able to pay with PayPal and keep some cash in my pocket since they don't take credit cards. So it actually worked out perfectly. So that's something to think about if you're short on cash but got a little something in your PayPal. They do take PayPal out here. Straight up. Supposedly it poured down last night. Tornado watch on both sides. We were where we were in this the center of a triangle. And the way they said it was there were trees down to the north and to the south of us, but we kind of missed the brunt of it where we were. But we certainly heard it with the thunder and lightning, and we almost had some aurora borealis action going on with the weird northern lights, or at least that's what it appeared to be. That's what it appeared to be. Right now I'm dry. My clothes are washed. I'm feeling good out here. Checkpoint Alpha. First shelter. I'm not going there. Out here.
So are we gonna carry the log in by ourselves? Or?
Let's get the next log.
If you don't mind. What we have here are trail maintainers at work. Your name?
Gage.
Kelsey, Leah.
I know Leah from the contrasting red shorts that she wears. Met her yesterday. So what are you guys doing today? Are you maintaining the trail? Are you coming out making repairs? What?
Yeah, we are replacing the
Log steps.
log steps here.
All right. Sweet. I met two of them when I was waiting for my ride in Salisbury. And it's funny with Leah, I believe her name was. She has red streaks in her hair, red shorts, and a professional shirt. It just, you don't know the contrast. It just burns a memory in your head anyway. So at least you know that in being a trail maintainer, they give you a degree of liberty to wear whatever you want, I suppose. Anyway, kudos for her individuality. Massachusetts is on the other side of this mountain. Couldn't tell you how many miles, but they said it's marked. I'll show it to you when I get there. Wow, this is huge. This is faded, but it's like a monument, and it reads, "This mountain marks the highest ground in Connecticut, 22,351 feet above the sea. Built AD 1885, Owen Travis, something Mason." So that's when this was built. That's how old that is. Can you dig it? This reminds me of Mount Washington for some reason. All right, let's go to Massachusetts. This is a steep descent similar to Dragon Tooth. Look at that. See what I mean about a log? No matter where you go, there's gonna be a log that fall across a river. And you can see how swollen this is. Look at that. Let's say you had to cross that. That's when you turn to the log. Right there. We got a precarious river crossing here. And across the river, you find a sign that says, "Welcome to Massachusetts." It looks like you're gonna get wet right here though. Let's see what we can do out here. All right. We are officially in a new state. Mosquito. Oh, I mean Massachusetts. Ha!